Hi, everyone. We're going to get started in just a few seconds. Happy Sunday, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what part of the world you're joining us from. And let's go ahead and get underway. Hi, thanks for joining us. Once again, this is the Catalonia, Spain live stream history tour program. My name is Robert. I'll be your more of your MC. My good friend Jordi Gomez, who is joining us from Barcelona, Spain, is actually going to be leading the tour. But before we officially begin, let's just go through some introductory type items. So we always welcome people to introduce themselves. So in the Zoom chat or the Q&A, or in the comment section, if you're watching us on Facebook, you can let us know your first name, where you're connecting from, and most importantly, have you ever been to Spain before? So it's always fascinating to find out where people are joining us from, so feel free to participate in that if you like. And we don't have time to do a Zoom demonstration if you're watching this program on Zoom, but just real quick, a couple of things that people sometimes want to know how to do is one, how to adjust the sound. So everyone will be in listen only mode except for myself and Jordi. So if you start cheering during our program, don't worry, no one outside your household will be able to hear you. If you do want to raise or lower the volume on your Zoom session or your Facebook or whatnot, you can check the settings locally on your own device. We did a sound test earlier and everything seems to be working fine. If you want to adjust the screen display so that the slides that we're showing take up the full screen, if that's not currently happening because you see pictures of Jordi and myself and you don't want to do that, you can look for something on the top of your session, your Zoom session. It's usually called either view or view options, depending on the type of device you're using, and you can click off the side-by-side mode. If you have any questions or comments about Barcelona, Catalonia, Spain, Jordi, life in general, or any technical problems, you can, again, type those in the chat or the Q&A feature in Zoom or in the comment section on Facebook. We'll be monitoring those. And for those of you not familiar with us, we're Washington, D.C. History and Culture. We're a nonprofit community organization. Before COVID, we used to do all of these tours and walks and things throughout the Washington, D.C. metro area. We have a sister organization joining us today in London. So thanks to all of you that are joining us from London History and Culture, welcome. And for those of you I haven't met before, my name is Robert. I'm the founder and the director of the Washington, D.C. History and Culture nonprofit organization. And I'm excited because we're actually this month celebrating our 6-year anniversary. We started in 2015. So thanks to all of you who have participated in our programs, either in person or over these live streams. But you know, that's like the LinkedIn type photo. Let me show you this other photo, which I like much better. This is actually a trip I took to Spain, and I really love Spain. It's one of my favorite places. It has an incredible history and culture. The people are super friendly. It's just a fascinating place, and the weather is really nice. It's warm and sunny. This particular pictures were taken in March in Barcelona, and you know, at some point in time, you know, these live stream programs are really cool. We've been able to connect with people from all over the world, like Jordi. But you know, someday we're going to get back to traveling in person post-COVID, and we'll plan some kind of group trip to Spain. How exactly that will work, not quite sure. But I know Jordi will be a part of it because we'll go visit him in Barcelona. And this is a picture of Jordi leading folks around. So Jordi is a professional tour guide. This is what he does for a living, and he's a native, so he's the expert to show us around. And just FYI, if you missed it before, Jordi had a program a few weeks ago on Barcelona, Spain, and he kind of in that particular program focused on kind of the downtown, the historic district of Barcelona. And if you want to watch this program, because you missed it or want to see it again, it's on our YouTube page. You can find it on Washington, D.C. History and Culture YouTube. Before we begin, whenever you're a speaker or a presenter, it's always helpful if you know a little bit about your audience. And so if you wouldn't mind, I actually have a couple quick poll questions for you, if you wouldn't mind. So the first one is just asking people, where are you from? So I know we have a majority of our folks in the United States, but we also have quite a big group from the UK, and then quite a few people connecting from elsewhere. So I guess first, so that Jordi and I can learn about all of you all at once instead of asking you individually, where are you connecting from? Are you in the United States, the UK, or are you somewhere else? And I'll leave that open for a few seconds, and then I'll share the results with you. If you're watching on Facebook, you guys just have to type in the comments section. And so I'll leave that open for a few seconds and then share the results with all of you. Looks like we have a very geographically diverse group once again today. Let me go ahead and share the results. So we have 78% of the folks connecting from the United States. Welcome. We have 9% connecting from the UK and 13% connecting from somewhere else. So that's really awesome. That's a very diverse group. Thanks for joining us. We have over 600 people watching on Zoom, and let's see, quite a few more on Facebook, so thank you. I'm gonna close that poll out, and then if you wouldn't mind, have one more poll question. This one is a little bit trickier. It's, have you been to Catalonia, is answer one, or question one, and then the answers are, yes, I've been to Catalonia. Second one is, I've been to Spain, but not Catalonia itself, like if you just went to Madrid, or I haven't been to Spain yet, because I know everyone at some point in time is going to want to go to Spain. So again, I'll leave this open for a few seconds and let some of you respond. And this will just be helpful for Jordi and I to know how many of the folks have actually been to Catalonia and Spain. And again, I'll share the results with you in just a second. And looks like we have a very well-traveled group. So let me share the results. And let's see, 40%, Jordi, have already been to Catalonia. So if you're working with somewhat of an experienced group. I'm in the second category. I'm in the 21% that's been to Spain, but not Catalonia. So I look forward to coming at some point in time in the future. And then 40% have not been to Spain yet, because we know everyone is going to go at some point in time. So that's really cool. So thank you so much for participating with that. I'm going to close out this poll. If for some reason this is still popping up on your screen, you can hit the X button and minimize it and make it go away at that point in time. And again, if you have any questions or comments throughout our program, feel free to let us know. I did want to tease Jordi real briefly. I wanted to show something. Hold on, bear with me for a second. Let me see if I can find it. This was the program he did earlier, so you want to go check this out because it was really awesome, and especially you got a lot of people cheering when he was talking about the food. So again, this is on our Facebook page, Washington DC History and Culture. It's called Barcelona, Spain Live Stream History Tour Program with Jordi Gomez. So make sure you check that out if you haven't done so already. And with that, I am going to turn things over to Mr. Jordi, but again, we'll be talking about Catalonia, Spain. So I'm going to stop sharing. Jordi, it's all yours. Take it away, and thanks for being here today.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much for your introduction. Okay, now better. Okay, so good morning. So for me, good afternoon. Now here in Barcelona is 5 p.m., 5:10 p.m. And welcome to the virtual tour of this presentation about Catalonia. And I'm Catalan. I was born in Barcelona some years ago. Catalonia, okay, Catalonia is the name in English, Catalonia, okay, here if we look at the presentation, Catalonia, but in Catalan is Catalunya, okay, now during the presentation I will say Catalunya or Catalonia, okay, but if you listen me, okay, talking about Catalonia, okay, it's Catalonia, but in Catalan. In Spanish is Catalunya. Catalunya is the similar pronunciation Catalan in Spanish. Okay. And as Robert said, okay, I'm Jordi Gomez. I'm a tour guide in Barcelona, Catalonia, and I'm now here in my home. I'm waiting as the rest of the world the end of the pandemic, the end of the coronavirus. Okay, I hope that the coronavirus will be over soon and we'll I hope to come back to the streets, to the squares, to share my culture, my city, the buildings with the people around the world, as I did before the pandemic and before the coronavirus. Okay, and let's talk about Catalonia. Where is it? Where is Catalonia? Catalonia is in Europe. We are in Europe. Okay, this one is Europe, and from Europe, okay, let's go to Spain, in the south of Europe, and in the northeast of Spain, there's Catalonia. Okay, now let's go to Catalonia. Here. Okay, this this part. Can you see this part is Catalonia on the northeast of Spain. Catalonia is next to France. Okay, here there's in the north of Catalonia there's France here. Okay, France, and next to Catalonia Aragon, so the rest of Spain, of course, and here the Mediterranean Sea, and next to Catalonia the Balear Island. Right? Okay. Catalonia is divided in 4 provinces. 4 provinces. Here we can see Catalonia, and Barcelona is the most important because Barcelona is the capital city of Catalonia. In the north side of Catalonia, there's Girona. Okay, between Girona and Barcelona, there are 100 kilometers. Okay, 100 kilometers in, let's see, in miles. Okay, 62 miles. Okay, between Barcelona and Girona. And the other one is Lleida. Lleida is on the west side of Catalonia. Between Barcelona and Lleida, there are 200 kilometers, more or less 124 miles, okay, between them. And in the south, there's Tarragona. Tarragona, the other city, the other important one. And between Barcelona and Tarragona, more or less 100 kilometers more, and 62 miles between Barcelona and Tarragona, okay? And in the south, there's the delta del Ebro. Ebro is a long river. Okay, we'll talk about it. There's the mouth of the Ebro here, called delta, and between Barcelona and the delta there are 200 kilometers, more or less. Okay, 124 miles. Okay, now we have seen Barcelona. Where is it? Sorry, Catalonia, where is it? And the 4 important provinces, the 4 important cities: Barcelona, Girona, Lleida, and Tarragona. Okay, and before talking about Catalonia, before talking about the cities, the culture, and so on, let's talk about the history. Okay, I don't want to bore you with the history, but I think that it's very important to know the history, at least something about it, or something about the history before talking about the culture, the legend, the traditions, so on. Okay, here. To know Catalonia, or the history of Catalonia, started in the Roman Empire. Okay, the Roman Empire 2,000 years ago, when the Romans, here we can see Italy in the center, Italy, Rome, when the Romans conquered Europe, and they conquered, here we can see on the west side, the Iberian Peninsula, where now there's Spain and Portugal, right? And here we can see a city called Tarraco. Tarraco was the most important Roman city in this part of the Iberian Peninsula during the Roman times, and Tarraco is now the city is Tarragona. Okay, no Barcelona. Barcelona was a smaller city. The most important one during the Roman times was Tarraco. Okay, Tarragona, and we'll talk about it during our presentation of Catalonia, of course. Okay, and now let's see. After the Roman times, here we can see a map of Spain. After the Roman times, the Visigoths conquered the Roman Empire from the northern Europe, and in the 8th century, from the south, the Muslims conquered the Iberian Peninsula, where the where the Visigoths were, and little by little, the Christian people, okay, they only were on the north of Spain, and they were fighting against the Muslims, right? Okay, and they formed different kingdoms, okay, by the Christian people, right? Here we can see on the right side, okay, on the northeast side of the Iberian Peninsula, Condado de Barcelona. Condado means a county. Barcelona was a county, the county of Barcelona. This is the origin of Catalonia. Okay, we're talking about an 8th, 9th century, okay, 1,000 years ago. Next to Catalonia, there was Aragon. Aragon was a kingdom, and next to Aragon, Navarra, one kingdom more. Castilla, different kingdom more. Castilla means in English Castile. And next to Castilla, Leon. Leon means lion, okay, different kingdom more. Okay, there were different kingdoms only on the north of the current Spain, and they were fighting against the Muslims, and they were little by little, okay, they conquered new territories to the Muslims, okay, in the south, and the kingdoms from the north became bigger, but little by little, right? And this we're talking about the county of Barcelona, the origin of Catalonia. And here we can see a painting about a legend. This painting shows us a legend, okay, the legend, the origin of the Catalan flag. Here on the bed we can see the Count of Barcelona, okay, the Count of Barcelona in the 9th century, okay. There was a battle, the Count of Barcelona with the King of France, okay, they fought against the Muslims, and the Count of Barcelona was wounded, and here we can see the Count, okay, after the war, and the King, here we can see the King of France put his 4 fingers in the bloody oath of the Count of Barcelona, and he put his 4 bloody fingers in a golden shield. And this is the origin of the Catalan flag. This one, the Catalan flag, okay, the four bloody fingers in a golden shield. This is a legend, okay, this is a legend, okay, we're not sure about it, but this is a legend about the origin of the Catalan flag. The Catalan flag is called or is known in Barcelona, Catalonia, as La Senyera. La Senyera means the sign because it's our sign, okay, our flag, right, the Catalan flag, okay, and we have seen the legend about the origin for the Catalan flag. And in Catalonia, we speak 2 languages. We speak Catalan and we speak Spanish, okay? At the beginning, we're talking about 1,000 years ago, okay, in the 9th or 10th century, the first, when the Romans, let's see, little bit, okay, the Romans were here, and they spoke Latin. The Latin was the language in all the Roman Empire, okay? When the Romans left Barcelona, when the Romans left, okay, the Iberian Peninsula, the Latin became different languages. In Catalonia became Catalan, in Aragon became Aragonese, in France became French, in Portugal became Portuguese, in Castilla became Castile, okay? They're different languages, but all of them are Romanesque languages because they were from the same one from Latin, but they are different, okay? They're different, but the origin of them is the same one, is the Latin, okay? In Catalonia, the language in Catalonia has been the Catalan since 1,000 years ago, okay? Here we can see the first text that they found in a parish, in a little town in the Pyrenees, in the north of Catalonia. They found it in 1904, at the beginning of the 20th century. But this is a text it was written in Old Catalan in the 12th century. In the 12th century, and here now we are talking about, okay, at least 1,000 years ago, the Catalan was the language, okay, or the Catalan, okay, has been the language in Catalonia at least since 1,000 years ago, because here we have the document that prove it. Okay, now we have talked about the flag and about the Catalan. Okay, later on we'll talk about the Spanish and the different words, so on. Okay, let's see step by step. In the 12th century, here we can see there's the painting about on the right side. There's the count of Barcelona, called Ramon Berenguer IV. He was the count of Barcelona in the like the king of Catalonia. Okay, but Catalonia was, okay, don't forget it, Catalonia was a county, and he was a count, the Count of Barcelona. The Count of Barcelona was as the king of Catalonia, okay? And the Count of Barcelona married, here we can see the lady, she was Peronella or Petronila, yeah, different, difficult name, okay? And she was the princess of Aragon. Do you remember Aragon next to Catalonia? And they married in the 12th century, the Count of Barcelona with the Princess of Aragon, and they formed the Aragon, the Aragon crown, the Aragon crown, formed by Catalonia, a county, and Aragon, a kingdom. Okay, and here we'll see a map of the south of Europe. Here we can see the Mediterranean Sea. Here on the west side, okay, here this is Spain, and here on Catalonia, Barcelona is the capital city of Catalonia. Next to Catalonia, Aragon and Zaragoza, the capital city of Aragon, they formed the Aragon crown, okay, but they always were different, because they had a different constitutions, different laws, different language, different culture, different army, different personality. Yeah, okay. Catalonia was different, Aragon was different, but they had the same king, the king of Aragon and the Count of Barcelona. Okay, during the 13th and 14th century, they conquered different territories in the Mediterranean Sea. Okay, they conquered, here we can see the Valencia kingdom, where the Muslims were, okay, before, and they conquered them, and they joined Valencia to the Aragon crown. They conquered the Balear Island, and they joined the island to the Aragon crown. They conquered Sardinia, the Napoli kingdom, Sicily, and a part of Greece. And they formed an empire, a Mediterranean empire, and belonged by the Aragon crown, and the capital city of this Mediterranean empire was Barcelona, because Barcelona was the capital city of the Aragon crown with port, with sea, because the Aragon crown had two capital cities, Barcelona and Zaragoza, okay, the capital of Catalonia and the capital city of Aragon, okay? And now we have a different kingdom, different crown by Catalonia and Aragon, okay? Next to it, can you see, if you look at Spain on the west side, okay, of this map, next to Aragon, there was a different kingdom, a kingdom called Castile, okay, Castile, and where there was a different king, different queen, so on, okay, different laws, different constitution, so on. Okay, and what happened in 1469? In 1469, there was a new wedding between the king of the Aragon crown, Ferdinand, and the queen of Castile, Isabella. Isabella married Ferdinand, and they are known the Catholic kings, Ferdinand and Isabella. When they married, they formed a new kingdom, okay, between Catalonia, Aragon, the Aragon crown, and Castilla. All right, okay. They were different, okay, during the next centuries, but they had the same king, the king of Spain, or the king for different kingdoms, okay, where now there's Spain, right, okay? Okay, don't confuse this painting, because this painting represents the year 1492 or 1493, when Christopher Columbus discovered America, okay? The Catholic kings helped Christopher Columbus. They gave him some money, okay, to go to America, to a new trip, okay, to go to the India, okay. He wanted to go to India, but he found America in 1492, and this painting represents when Christopher Columbus came back to Spain and to tell the Catholic kings, okay, I have discovered a new part of the world. This historical episode happened in Barcelona. In Barcelona in 1493, Christopher Columbus told the Catholic kings, I've discovered a new part of the world. But the wedding, the marriage between them, Isabella and Ferdinand, was in 1469, okay, years before, right? We have a new situation, okay, a new state, yeah? Here we can see this pink one, okay? If we look at the map of Spain, on the northeast, okay, or the east part of Spain, this pink one represents the Aragon crown, okay? Castile, the yellow one. When Isabella, the Queen of Castilla, married the king of the Aragon crown, Ferdinand, okay, they joined the different kingdoms and they formed a new kingdom, okay, the current Spain, okay. But in that time, during the 14th, during the 15th, 16th, 17th, until the 18th century, the kingdoms were still different, okay, but they had the same king, the king of Spain, right? Okay. And in the 17th century, there was a war between Catalonia and the new king of Spain. Okay, Catalonia had a constitution. Catalonia had a strong personality, and the king of Spain had a different idea about the new kingdom. Okay, the current Spain, and there was a war between Catalonia and the king of Spain, okay, Castilla, the center of Spain. This war is known in the history as La Guerra dels Segadors, okay, the war of the reapers, okay, the farmers, okay, that they worked during the summer, right? And there was a war, and the end of the war, Catalonia lost the war, okay. Finally, the king of Spain won the war. But this war, the Guerra dels Segadors, the war of the reapers, is the origin of the official Catalan song, yeah, the anthem, yeah, the Catalan song called Els Segadors, the reapers, okay. Let me show you. Here I have a video, okay, from YouTube, where we can see that one is an important building in Barcelona. It's an amazing building, a modernist building called Palau de la Música Catalana, the Catalan Music Palace, where the people, they are singing the Catalan song, Els Segadors, okay, the reapers, yeah? Here we can see the impressive modernist building. Okay, if you visit Barcelona, okay, don't miss the building, the Catalan Music Palace. Okay, here you can see the Catalan song, right? El Segadors, the Reapers. But three years ago, there's a group of heavy metal. Okay, they made a new version of the Catalan song, Els Segadors, the Reapers. Okay, this group of heavy metal. Okay, here we can see the video. This group of heavy metal is called A Sound of Thunder, and they are from Washington, D.C. A new version. Let me to show you the center. And they are singing in English and Catalan. With the independent flag. Okay, they are from Washington D.C. I don't know, Robert, if you know them. Maybe they are your neighbor.
No, I don't know them, but that's really cool. Check that out.
The group is A Sound of Thunder. Okay, and they.
You just boosted their record sales.
Okay, and here we have seen a war. Okay, a war in the 17th century, a war that Catalonia lost. Okay, but the origin of the Catalan song. The Catalan song is the Segadors, about that. The song reminds us a war that Catalonia lost. Okay, and in the 17th century there was a new. In the 18th century there was a new war between two different kings, because the king of Spain died without son, and there was a war between two new kings, two new options. Okay, a king from France and a king from Vienna, from Austria, right? And the center of Spain, Castile, supported the king from France, but Catalonia and the Aragon crown supported the king from Vienna, from Austria, and there was a war between them, between two kings and between two different kingdoms in Spain, Castilla and the Aragon crown. Okay, and finally the king from France won the war. The war is called the succession, or known as the Succession War. Okay, in the 18th century, and Catalonia again lost the war. Okay, because Catalonia supported the other king, not the king from France. So Catalonia supported the king from Vienna, from Austria. Okay, and the end of this war in Barcelona, in Catalonia, was the 11th of September. Okay, in 1714, in the 18th century. Okay, and now the national Catalan day in Catalonia is the 11th of September. Okay, that one reminds us a war that Catalonia lost. Yeah, we have the song remind us a war that Catalonia lost. The national day remind us a war that Catalonia lost. Okay, that one. Okay, here we can imagine that the Catalan people were very, very romantic. We are very romantic about our past and our history. Okay, because always we want to remember our past, our history, so on. Okay, and here we can see the map of Spain. Okay, more or less the current Spain, because at the end of that war the succession war in the 18th century, the new king of Spain, the king from France, okay, he became the new king of Spain, okay, he abolished the different kingdoms, and they formed a new, only one kingdom, okay, called Spain. And he abolished the different kingdoms and the different constitutions. Catalonia, Aragon, they lost their constitutions and they became now the current Spain, okay? And here we can see the new or the current Spain with different regions, because the kingdoms, the old historical kingdoms, became the current regions, and all of them formed Spain, okay? The current Spain. But during the 19th, okay, that war, okay, happened in the 18th century. Then during the 19th century, Catalan politicians in Catalonia, okay, they thought that Catalonia lost the laws, the constitution, so on, okay, and there was a movement during the 19th century called the Catalan Renaissance. The Catalan Renaissance as a way, okay, to remember the past, the history, okay, and to recover the constitution and the Catalan laws, okay, that they were abolished by the King of Spain after the succession war in the 18th century. And that Catalan Renaissance, or that movement during the 19th century, little by little, okay, people thought that Catalonia maybe should be a new state in Europe, and until 10 years ago, every National Day of Catalonia, the 11th of September, okay, there's a big demonstration. There's a big demonstration about they support the independence of Spain, of Catalonia, from the rest of the Spain. Yeah, but this movement, okay, the people want to vote a referendum in Catalonia to ask the people if Catalonia should be a new state of Europe or not. Okay, and always the Spanish government, okay, said, be careful, because isn't allowed in the Spanish constitution, isn't allowed a referendum in Spain, okay, to ask the people about independence from a part of Spain, so on. And people still were on the streets, okay, still demonstrations in Barcelona and the rest of Catalonia every year during 10 years. And finally, 3 years ago, in 2017, the Catalan government the Catalan Parliament passed a referendum in the 1st of October in 2017. In Catalonia, there was a referendum to ask the people about independence from Spain. But the Spanish police, okay, hit the voters because the Spanish government said that referendum was an illegal, no legal referendum, and that one was the end for the Catalan government, because the Catalan government was arrested. Some of the Catalan ministers left Catalonia, and they are still living in Belgium, or in Scotland, okay, in Europe, outside Catalonia and Spain, of course. And the rest of the Catalan ministers that they stayed here in Catalonia, they were arrested, and they are still in a jail, arrested in a jail in Catalonia, okay, since 3 years ago. But I don't know, okay, about it, okay, because I think in Catalonia, okay, 50% people, okay, they have this feeling about independence from Spain, and the other one, the 50% people, okay, they say that no, Catalonia is Spain, still Spain, and will be Spain. And will Catalonia be independent in the future? I don't know. Nobody knows. Okay, now the Catalan Parliament, there's the 52% of the voters, and during the last elections in Catalonia, 2 months ago, the 52% of the voters voted the independence political parties, and will be an independence, again, an independent government, Catalan government in Catalonia. And we'll see in the future. Okay, now I don't know. Okay, we don't know about it, about independence. We'll see in the future. Okay, and when people visit Catalonia, always ask me about this flag, because there are people, okay, that they show the flag on the windows, on the balconies, on the buildings, so on, okay, and the people is very confused, because if you remember, the Catalan flag is a flag, okay, only the 4 red lines, okay, to show the 4 bloody fingers, okay, by the King of France in the 12th century. But people find this flag, okay, everywhere, yeah, and that flag means or represents the independence from Spain, okay, the feeling about the independence from Spain, because at the beginning of the 20th century, okay, at the beginning of the 20th century, in the 1910s, 1920s, a group of Catalan politicians visited Cuba in America, okay, because Cuba became independent from Spain in 1898, at the end of the 19th century, okay, and Catalan politicians visited Cuba because they wanted to ask the people from in Cuba about the independence from Spain, okay, how to be independent from Spain. And when in Barcelona, when they came back to Barcelona, they joined the Catalan flag with the Cuban flag, okay. Here we can see the Catalan flag, the 4 red lines, yellow, red, so on, and this blue part, okay, like the Cuban flag, okay, and the white star. The blue part means the freedom of the sky, and the white star means the freedom, because the people, the Catalan politicians in Barcelona, Catalonia, at the beginning of the 20th century, they thought Catalonia, okay, goes up to its political freedom. And then this flag represents the independence from Spain, but don't confuse with the official Catalan flag. Is only the 4 red lines, without the blue part, without the star. Okay, if you find them, if you find you find in Barcelona, Catalonia, around, so everywhere, if you find this flag, is or represents the independence from Spain. Okay, and now, okay, we have talked about the history of Catalonia, and now let's talk about the cities, the 4 important cities: Barcelona, Girona, Lleida, and Tarragona, okay? And let's see something about them. Okay, let's check the map. Okay, now let's talk about Barcelona. Barcelona, the capital city of Catalonia, okay, the center next to the Mediterranean Sea, okay? Now let's travel with the Google Earth. Let's travel to Barcelona. Here, the city, Barcelona. Barcelona is very famous, the city is very famous about this church, okay, called La Sagrada Familia, okay, as I talked about it, okay, during the last presentation about Barcelona. La Sagrada Familia, a church designed by the genius architect Antoni Gaudí. He designed different impressive buildings in Barcelona. One of them, La Sagrada Familia. They started to build La Sagrada Familia in 1883, and the building is still under construction. Isn't finished yet. They are still building the church, an impressive church designed by Gaudí. Okay, 1 century and years later, the building is still under construction. Okay, following his plan, his design. Okay, that one is the dream of Gaudí, to build a church in Barcelona to represent, or represents. The church represents La Sagrada Familia. La Sagrada Familia means the Holy Family, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. Okay, the Holy Family means La Sagrada Familia. Here we have seen the church by Antoni Gaudí, and here you can see the inside. The inside is amazing, okay, as the sunlight gets inside the church through the stained glass windows, as Gaudí imagined, because Gaudí didn't see it When Gaudí died, the nave wasn't built, okay, only was built a facade and a crypt underground, okay, and now the nave, the windows, the columns, so on, okay, they were built, okay, after Gaudí's death. And Gaudí designed it, Gaudí imagined it, and now we can see his dream, okay, every sunset. Now here there's a picture in the sunset as the sunlight, okay, gets inside the church, okay, it's amazing, okay. If you visit Barcelona, okay, don't miss, visit La Sagrada Familia, of course. And here we can see Antoni Gaudí, the genius architect who designed different buildings. One of them, La Sagrada Familia, as we have seen now. La Sardana, if you visit Barcelona, next to the Cathedral of Barcelona, okay, the cathedral is the most important church built during the 14th century. It's a Gothic church. In front of the cathedral, every Sunday morning, people meet there and they dance the traditional Catalan dance called La Sardana. Here you can see a picture of La Sardana. And now let me show you a video, okay, of here. There's the musicians. So the musicians are next to the cathedral. Let's see, and the people are dancing La Sardana in front of the musicians, in front of the Gothic Cathedral of Barcelona. Okay, let me show you the end, because here you can see the cathedral facade. As I told you, the cathedral was built in the Middle Ages during the 14th century. Here again, the musicians, okay. We have seen La Sardana, the Catalan traditional dance, okay, called La Sardana, every Sunday morning in front of the Cathedral of Barcelona, okay? And let's leave Barcelona, because as I talked about Barcelona a lot during the last presentation, okay, now only we have seen two buildings, the Cathedral and the Sara Familia. Okay, we'll see some buildings more about Barcelona during the presentation. And now let's travel to Girona. Okay, we are in Barcelona. Let's travel to Girona. Girona is on the north side of Spain. Okay, sorry, Catalonia. Okay, let's jump to Girona. Here there's Girona. Girona is amazing city. I love Girona. Here there's Girona. There's a river, okay, a river through the city. Here there's a river through the city. Okay, let me to show you a picture. Here, okay, there's a river through the city. That one is the city called Girona in the north of Catalonia, okay? Girona is next to Figueras, okay? If you have seen my last presentation about Barcelona, I talked in a presentation about Salvador Dalí, the surrealist painting, and his museum in Figueras. And Figueras is in the north of Catalonia, is next to the city Girona, okay? Girona, this one is the Cathedral of Girona. There are all the stairs, okay, to go up to the cathedral. The cathedral was built during the 14th century. It's a Gothic cathedral. It's amazing. And if you are a fan of Game of Thrones, yeah, the season number 6, okay, they were filming here, okay, in the stairs, and Girona city was one of the locations where they were filming the Game of Thrones, okay. And then if you look at, if you watch again the season number 6, okay, you will see part of Girona, at least the stairs, okay, to go up to the Cathedral of Girona. And Girona is very important for the CAI. Al-CAI means the Jewish quarter, because in 1492, the Catholic kings expelled all the Jewish people from Spain, okay? some of them, if they wanted to still live in their cities, okay, they converted, okay, they gave up their religion and they converted and they were new Christians in 1492. Or if they wanted to still be Jewish people, they had to leave, okay, and they left. Some of them left the cities, and the last city, okay, before leaving Spain was Girona. And Girona was the city where all the Jewish people they met there, okay, before leaving from their cities, before leaving Spain. In Girona, the Al-Kai, the Jewish quarter, was very important during the Middle Ages and is still very important, okay, because we can still see some parts and ruins about the Jewish past in Girona during the Middle Ages. Al-Kai, here you can see the name, Al-Kai. Al-Kai is in Catalan. Kai in Catalan means a Jewish quarter, because Al-Kai, the origin of the word Al-Kai in Catalan is a Latin one, callis. Callis in Latin means narrow, because in the Jewish quarters, the streets were very, very narrow. And then the narrow streets remind us this where they lived, where the Jewish people lived, in this case in Girona. And the name Al-Kai reminds us the places where they lived, okay? Very important, very important. If you visit Girona, it's very important to walk through the Jewish quarter and to visit the Jewish Museum. The Jewish Museum in Girona, where you can see about the important personalities that they studied the Kabbalah in Girona, very important during the Middle Ages. And here the Jewish Museum I recommend you to visit the Jewish Museum in Girona if you would love to know something about the Jewish past in Girona and Catalonia during the Middle Ages until 1492. Okay, don't forget it, because in 1492 the Jewish people were expelled by the Catholic kings Ferdinand and Isabella. Okay, and from Girona, okay, we have seen Girona. Now let's travel to Lleida. Okay, Lleida on the west side of Catalonia. Okay, and now let's jump from Girona to Lleida on the west side of Catalonia. In Lleida, this city is very famous because there's the old cathedral. Okay, here we can see a picture of it. The old cathedral built on the top of a hill. Okay, in the center of the city, there's a hill. On its top, they built the old cathedral during the 14th century. It's a Gothic old cathedral. Okay, this cathedral, it was a cathedral until the end of the Succession War. Okay, if you remember, we have talked about the history and the different wars in Catalonia. The Succession War in the 18th century, Catalonia supported the king, the other one, okay, from Vienna, from Austria, but the war, who won the war was the king from France, the other one, okay, and then the new king of Spain, from France, as a punishment to the city called Lleida, okay, converted the cathedral in a new military fortification. Okay, they demolished all the houses around the cathedral, and the cathedral was a military fortification, okay, since the end of the Succession War in the 18th century until 1948, until the more or less, okay, the second part of the 20th century. Okay, here we can see an old picture of the soldiers, the military people, okay, that they were there in living and working, okay, in the old cathedral. Now as a military fortification, okay, since the 18th century. They transformed the cloister. The one is the cloister of the cathedral, the Gothic cloister. They transformed the cloister in a military barracks, okay, right, okay, where the soldiers lived, okay, they had the beds and one. And here we can see the transformation that happened in the old cathedral as a punishment for the king, the new king of Spain after the Succession War in the 18th century. So to you, the soldiers there were until 1948, and during the 20th century, when they left the old cathedral, they started restoration works, okay, to recover the old cathedral. After the works, they recovered the old cathedral. Here we can see the cloister. Okay, here there were the military barracks here in the cloister. Okay, they built a floor, and the soldiers, they were living here. Okay, and now since years ago, okay, they recovered the old cathedral. It's a Gothic cathedral. It's an amazing building. Okay, if you visit Lleida, okay, I recommend you, okay, to go up to the hill and to visit the old cathedral. Next to it, is still there standing a castle since the Middle Ages, because they demolished the houses, but they didn't demolish the old cathedral and the castle of the king. Okay, all of them were built on the top of the hill centuries ago, during the 14th century. Okay, now you can still feel, okay, the old cathedral and its soul, the Gothic architecture. Okay, very important. Now, okay, let's leave Lleida and let's travel to Tarragona. Okay, Tarragona, from Lleida to Tarragona here in the south of Spain. Okay, let's jump from Lleida to Tarragona. Okay, in the south of Catalonia. Sorry, not Spain, from the south of Catalonia. Yeah, here there's Lleida, and let's go to Tarragona. Okay, if you remember at the beginning our presentation about Catalonia, okay, when I showed you the map of the Roman Empire, okay, there was a city called Tarraco. Tarraco was the most important capital city in the Iberian Peninsula for the Roman Empire. Okay, and Tarraco is the current Tarragona. And I will talk about Tarragona and its Roman past. Okay, here you can see an sculpture about August. Okay, August was the Roman Empire. The Roman Empire at the end, before Christ and after Christ. Okay, he was the Roman Empire. As he lived in Tarraco, okay, 26 and 25 years before Christ. Okay, he lived in Tarragona. Okay, before Christ. Tarragona was the capital city of the Roman Empire because the Roman emperor lived there. Okay, Tarraco was a very, very important Roman city. Okay, for the Roman Empire during the Roman times. Okay, and here we can still see Roman buildings built by the Romans. You can still see them, okay, still standing in Tarragona. And if you visit Tarragona, it's very important to visit its Roman past. Yeah. Here, for example, there's an amphitheater, okay, built by the Romans, okay, next to the sea, next to the beach. Okay, it was built 2,000 years ago. Tarraco was founded by the Romans, okay, 2 centuries before Christ. 2 centuries before Christ. Barcelona was founded by the Romans 10 years before Christ. Okay, 10 years before Christ. Okay, then Tarragona is an oldest Roman city as Barcelona is. Okay, and it's it was more important, Tarraco, than Barcelona was during the Roman times. Okay. And here, the amphitheater, okay, built by the Romans, you can still visit it. in Tarragona, and the Roman aqueduct. Okay, here we can see the man on each top. It's me years ago. Okay, I was younger here. The one is the Roman aqueduct. The Roman aqueduct because here through the forest, the Romans always wanted to get the best water, and they built Roman aqueducts, okay, to the fountains, to the best fountains outside, okay, always away the city as a way to get the best water, and then they got, okay, the water through the Roman aqueduct. Here we can still see the Roman aqueduct in Tarragona, still standing away the city, okay, some kilometers away the city, but it's a long one. It's a very, very important one. Okay, as you can see, we can still see Roman buildings in Tarragona. There's the Roman wall, Roman buildings, the aqueduct. We have seen the Roman amphitheater, so on. Okay. And we have talked about the four cities: Barcelona, Girona, Lleida, in the south, Tarragona. Okay, and now let's talk about something about the culture and nature and traditions that you will find if you visit, I hope, okay, so in Catalonia. Yeah? Here, the first one, els castellers. Els castellers, the human tower, Okay, here you can see there's every year in Tarragona, because they are very, very famous in Tarragona, in the south of Catalonia. All the collas means different groups. Okay, if we look at the picture, okay, we can see green. Okay, the t-shirt, okay, shows us the different groups of collas. Okay, the green, the red, purple, blue, pink, so on. Okay, and different collas from different cities, from different towns. Okay, and they meet. They used to meet here in Tarragona every year in September, October, okay, and they make castells, they make human towers, okay, as a way to show that they are building something together as a team, okay. This one is the origin of the castellers, okay. Let's make something together. Let's make a castell. Let's go up a human tower, okay, together, because we are working together as a team. It was an important Catalan tradition as castells since at least since the 18th century. Okay, it's documented, the castells, the human towers, and is protected by the UNESCO. Those castellers, the castells, you will see them, you will see the tradition of the castellers if you visit Catalonia or you visit the cities during the important festivals. Okay, for example, if you visit Barcelona, the important festival is in September, at the end of September. Okay, at the end of September, okay, you will see castells. Tarragona, the festival is at the end of September too, okay, and then you will see castells there, okay. For example, in Girona, the festival is during October, okay, or Lleida, the festival is in spring, in May, okay. During the festivals, always you can see the giants and the human towers as castellers. Let me show you a video to imagine those castellers, the human tower. Okay, here we have seen the castellers. Okay, that video was in Barcelona, in the Gothic quarter, in the old town of Barcelona. Okay, the castellers, we have seen the castellers, the human towers. Yeah, we have seen a very important and strong tradition in Catalonia. Let's travel now to the north. Okay, to the north, to next to the Pyrenees. Okay, here, if you look at That one is the end of Catalonia, next to France. Between Catalonia and France, there's the Pyrenees, okay, the big, impressive mountains. And here, next to Lleida, or between Lleida, between the city called Lleida and the Pyrenees, can you see here, there's a valley, la vall Catalan, okay, a valley called Boí. Boí is a very impressive one, okay, let me show you a picture. Okay, here there's a picture of the valley called Boí, the one in winter. Okay, if you visit Catalonia in winter, okay, you will find snow in the Pyrenees, in the mountains. Okay, to ski or hiking or go or do adventures. Okay, so on. Okay, here in Catalonia, in the Pyrenees, very important. But that valley called Boí is very important for another thing. Here we can see a Romanesque church, built in the 11th or 12th century. Okay, the inside of the Romanesque churches, okay, were decorated. They painted Romanesque paintings inside the churches. Okay, as a way to show the people the Bible, the life of Jesus. Okay, they painted the inside, the walls. They painted the walls, but inside of the churches were painted. Okay, during the 11th and 12th century, there are different churches. Okay, there are eight Romanesque churches. Okay, during the valley. Okay, you have you drive a car, okay, you can go town to town, okay, you will find them, you will find the Romanesque churches. The buildings are impressive, they're still there since 1,000 years ago, but as people one century ago, okay, at the end of the 19th century or 20th century, they wanted to install the Romanesque paintings, okay, the inside of the churches, okay. A group of the archaeological people from Barcelona, they were to the Pyrenees, they were to the churches, and they took out the original Romanesque paintings and they brought them to Barcelona. And they opened a museum called the National Art Museum of Catalonia, is still in Barcelona, where there are exhibited the original Romanesque paintings from the churches in the north of Catalonia, okay, next to the Pyrenees, okay. And then if you will visit the churches, you will see reproductions of the paintings inside. If you want to see the original Romanesque paintings, you will see them in Barcelona, yeah? You will see them here in this building. This building is a building built in Barcelona in 1929, where inside there's the most important Romanesque collection in Europe, because they are exhibited the murals, the paintings from the Romanesque churches painted in the north of Catalonia in the 11th, 12th, 13th century during the Romanesque times, okay? And then, okay, don't forget it, if you visit the museum, the National Art Museum of Catalonia, you will see that, you will find there the most important Romanesque murals or the Romanesque paintings, okay? I recommend you, okay? I've worked in that museum, okay, some years ago, okay? And then I know that one is a very important museum. And here there's a reproduction, okay? There's an original painting, an original Romanesque painting about the Pantocrator, about Jesus, okay? And the four evangelists around him. And the original one, this is the original painted in a church in the north of Catalonia, but now the original is exhibited in the museum in Barcelona, as I told you, okay, before, yeah? Okay, let's see. Let's travel now, okay, from the north of Catalonia, yeah, from the Pyrenees now to the south, next to Valencia, because there's the delta. You know, delta is the end, okay, the river mouth, yeah, the end of the river called Ebro, el río Ebro, okay, the river called Ebro, okay, it starts in the north of Spain, okay, goes through the north of Spain, next to Zaragoza, the capital city of Aragon, is very famous, the Ebro, because, okay, it goes through the city, yeah, and here, the end is here in the south of Catalonia, making a delta, okay, very, very important, this one, okay, it's a nature place. There are impressive beaches here. There's a picture of a part, okay, only a part of the delta, okay, the river mouth, okay, of Ebro, okay, into the Mediterranean Sea in the south of Catalonia, yeah, and here the Ebro, okay, the river called Ebro, okay, starts here in the north of Spain, okay, and goes to the north of Spain, through Zaragoza, at the end here to the delta, to the south of Catalonia, okay, where if you visit it, okay, always there are birds, a lot of animals, okay, there. It's very, very amazing nature place. Here we can see a view of it, yeah, and it's a very good place to cultivate the rice, okay, to eat the rice, to cook our very good paellas, yeah, okay, and then the rice from the Ebro's delta is very, very, very good, okay, and then we are cooking impressive and amazing paella, because we have a very good rice, okay, from the south of Catalonia, yeah, to cook la paella. Okay, one important tradition is la patum de Berga. Okay, Berga is in the north of Catalonia, yeah. La patum is a festival in the city called Berga. This festival has 600 years of history. It's a very, very traditional, is every year during the Corpus Day, you know, during the Corpus Festival. Corpus is at the end of May or at the beginning of June, okay, Corpus Christi, okay, remind us the body of Christ, okay, the Corpus Christi. During the Corpus Festival, every year there's La Patum in the city called Berga, okay, next in the north of Catalonia. See, let me show you a video about it, because it's let me show you the minute. Here there's a festival when there are a lot of people dancing with that kind of dragons. Okay, the dragons are called guitas, okay, with fire, okay, on their mouth, yeah. And this one is the people dancing here in a small square. This is the center of the square, the center of the city called Berga. The square is about Saint Peter, okay. Here we can see the festival during one day, because there's a different day that there's the same festival, but with fire. Let me show you the same one. This one is the same festival, the same square, people on the square dancing with fire, okay? Because there are some of them, they have firecrackers, okay? Like devil people, yeah, okay? And they want to represent the hell. And there are people dancing with the fire with them. It's an impressive festival. Okay, I've been there at least 2 times. It's crazy. It's very crazy, but it's very, very important. The festival La Patum in the city called Berga, the north of Catalonia. Okay, don't forget it during the Corpus festival. Okay, during the Corpus Day. Yeah, this one we have seen La Patum. And now I would like to tell you something about a different way of pilgrimage. Okay, it's in Catalonia. Okay, a group of people they started years ago a way to walk between two important places in Catalonia. Okay, one the monastery of Montserrat, one more the valley called Núria in the Pyrenees. Okay, there's a way between Montserrat and Núria. Okay, Montserrat is the center of Catalonia, Núria is the north, the Pyrenees. Okay, it's a way. Here, can you let me show you different pictures? Okay, this one is Montserrat. Okay, the Camí or the way starts here in the monastery of Montserrat, where there's the Black Madonna. Okay, if you have seen my last presentation about Barcelona and something about Catalonia, okay, I talked in that presentation about the Black Madonna, about the Virgin Mary of Montserrat. Okay, this monastery where there's the Black Madonna, the Virgin Mary of Montserrat. That one is the point where the Camí starts, where the way of Núria, Montserrat Núria starts. Okay, and here, this is the end. This is the end. Okay, the valley called Núria in the north of Catalonia, in the Pyrenees. Okay. I have a strong feeling about this way called between Montserrat and Núria, because if we look at here the painting, okay, here the man here sitting with the red t-shirt, it's me. Okay, I did the Camí, I did the way Montserrat Núria in 2005. Okay, 16 years ago. Okay, when I was younger, of course. Okay, I walked a lot. Okay, and if you there are between Montserrat and Núria 159 kilometers. Okay, more or less 98 miles. Yeah, if you would like to know something else about it, okay, here there's the Ports experience. Okay, here there's a website, okay, that where you will see this experience. Okay, a way to walk through Catalonia, okay, as a way to feel the forest, the towns, the cities, the land, the Catalonia. Okay, and it's so. Okay, let's continue. Okay, and if you visit Catalonia in April 23rd, okay, the next week, okay, will be Saint Jordi and Saint George. Okay, my name is Jordi. Jordi means George. Jordi is in Catalan. George is in English, right? Okay, Saint George is very important because he's the patron saint of Catalonia. Okay, that one here we can see the facade of the building where there's the Catalan government in the center of Barcelona, okay, in the St. James Square in Barcelona, La Plaça de Sant Jaume. Here we can see a knight. The legend says that there was a knight, and the knight killed a dragon because the dragon captured a princess. Okay, when the knight killed the dragon, okay, set the princess free. And the legend says from the blood of the dragon, okay, came out a rose, and Saint Jordi gave the rose to the princess, and the princess gave him a book, okay. And every year in April 23rd is Saint Jordi's Day in Catalonia. We exchanged roses and books everywhere, okay, because we are following the legend about Saint Jordi and a night, very important night during a legend, okay, during the Middle Ages. Here there's roses everywhere, roses and books. Here, oh, and a cake. Yeah, here there's a cake, okay, about San Jordi. Here we love the cakes in Catalonia, okay. And here we can see la senyera, the 4 lines, San Jordi, roses and books, okay, the chocolate, okay, they represented San Jordi in this cake, and the rose, and then books. We have seen roses, here roses again, and books in the Ramblas. Okay, the Ramblas, you know, the Ramblas is the most important, the most famous street in Barcelona, called the Ramblas. Here we can see the St. Jordi's Day. That picture, of course, was taken before the pandemic. Okay, this year, I think, okay, that will be fewer people, okay, during this year. Okay, I hope that during the next year, okay, will be people again, as they were after the pandemic, before the pandemic, before the coronavirus, okay, walking through the Ramblas and getting books and roses a lot, so on, okay. We have talked about San Jordi and the beach, the sea, the Mediterranean Sea. Here we can see the Costa Brava. The Costa Brava is very famous coast in the north of Catalonia, and the province called Girona. Okay, the Costa Brava means the wild coast, and here we can see the people, very amazing beaches there. Okay, I recommend you to go to La Costa Brava if you visit Barcelona during the summer. Okay, in the spring, from the spring, summer, so on. Okay, and to finish the presentation, let me to talk or show you something about our food. Yeah, la paella, of course. Okay, I will show you the paella. I will show you maybe next week. Okay, I will show you how to cook the paella. Okay, and here is a paella. Okay, it was cooked by myself. Okay, I recommend you to cook a paella. I will show you. Okay, how to cook one paella in few days. Yeah, and here.
Yeah, we want to sign up for the Jordi cooking demonstration.
Okay, maybe
that looks really fabulous.
Yeah, and here tapas. Okay, tapas. They are no traditionals from Barcelona. Okay, but if you visit Barcelona, if you visit Catalonia, if you visit Girona, Tarragona, okay, you will find tapas everywhere. Okay, bars, okay, to eat tapas. Okay, tapas is pieces of bread with cheese or omelette or croquetas. You know, croquettes. Okay, with croquette made with fish or meat. So on. Okay, the tapas very famous, but not traditional from Catalonia. Okay, and one more, escudella. Okay, escudella is a soup with meat. Okay, it's very traditional in Catalonia. Okay, in winter, for example, for Christmas. Okay, during the Christmas lunch, in all the Catalan homes. Okay, we eat escudella. Okay, meat soup. Yeah, and at the end, pan tomàquet. Pan tomàquet is the most important and most traditional, at least for me. Okay, pan tomàquet. If you visit Catalonia, okay, you will find it. You will eat pan tomàquet. Pan tomàquet is very, very good. Very, very good. Okay, I love to give you some homework. Okay, if you remember during my last presentation in Barcelona, okay, I gave you some homework, okay, to find a painting by Salvador Dalí, and now the homework, okay, before finishing this presentation of Catalonia, the homework, okay, will be to make pa and tomàquet. Okay, now I will show you how to make pa and tomàquet. Pa means bread, tomàquet means tomato. Okay, let me to cover my computer. Okay, to cover my computer just in case. Okay. Just in case. And I have here bread. Okay, bread is, here we say pa de pagès. Okay, pa de pagès means farmer. Okay, it's a traditional bread. Okay, called pa de pagès. If you don't have pa de pagès, of course, okay, you can so whatever, okay? A bread is good, okay? We need a bread, a piece of bread, and a tomato, okay? A tomato. And no this one, no this tomato, okay? Please, natural tomato, okay? Natural tomato, okay? And we cut the tomato, okay, here, yeah? And now we'll root the tomato in the bread, okay? You see it, okay? All bread, yeah? Can you see it? Excellent. And now we need a little of salt, okay? A little of salt, okay? And very important, olive oil. Oil. Very important, okay? Very important, olive oil in the bread. And now this one is wonderful, wonderful. Pa and tomaca, okay? Bread and tomato, okay? Very important, okay? Now your homework, okay, for me is to make pa and tomaca and enjoy the Catalan soup. The Catalan soup, eating pa and tomaca, Catalan bread, okay? And this one, and this is the end of my today, I think, a last presentation, okay? Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you very much for your interest to know, to discover something about Catalonia with me, okay? I've tried to show you something about Catalonia, only something, okay? Catalonia, there are hundreds of towns, cities, places, okay, to discover, to visit if you come to here, okay? I hope to see you, to find you in Catalonia very, very soon. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, and take care, everyone. Thank you.
Oh, Jordi, that was awesome. Hold on 1 second while I pull something up. Or hold on, everyone. I'm going to pull something up for just a second. Okay, welcome. Well, thanks everyone for joining us, and especially thanks for Jordi. That was really cool. So Jordi, as I mentioned earlier, is a professional tour guide, and we're trying to help encourage people to offer these programs. If you are interested, and if you are able to make a contribution to Jordi's program, you can do so. I put his email address and his PayPal on there. If you don't have PayPal, I guess don't worry about it. We'll catch up at some point in time. Or if you have any questions, or what I'm really hoping is at some point in time in the future, like a month or a year or 5 years from now, you're going to be going to Barcelona or Catalonia, and you're going to need a guide to show you around, and you can send an email to Jordi and contact him and show you around. I'm not sure when our group trip will be there, but I'm really looking forward to it. And Jordi, was really I'll have to send you a copy of the comments, because I know you couldn't see those because you were busy giving the presentation, but boy, these people have all kinds, the people that have visited Spain just have all kinds of fond memories and great experiences and just interesting things they had to say about it. So it was really, really fascinating. We did get quite a few questions came in, so if you don't mind, let me ask you a few. What about when people visit Catalonia from somewhere else, how do they usually get around to city? Do they take the train, or do they, I mean, I'm sure people do different things, but are people more often to take the train or the bus or rent a car, or what's like what do you recommend for someone that's, say, going to be visiting for a week and they're going to stay in Barcelona for a few days and then go explore some of the other areas? What do you recommend?
If they visit Catalonia, if they stay, for example, I don't know, in Barcelona, okay, in the city, or the hotel, okay, is in Barcelona, okay, they can take a train, a train in Barcelona. In 1 hour, okay, will be in Girona, for example, okay.
Oh, okay.
By train, okay, and then they will stay in Girona, okay, during the day, and during the evening, okay, they can come back by the same train, okay, to Barcelona again, okay, and then.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
1 hour, okay, more or less, okay, 1 hour and 50 or 30 minutes, okay, the people, okay, will travel by train from Barcelona to Girona, to Lleida, to Tarragona, so on, okay, and then they can visit Catalonia. If they want to visit the Pyrénées or the valley where there are the Romanesque churches, okay, they need to rent a car.
Oh, okay.
To drive a car, okay, to go to there. But if they want to visit the cities, Girona or Lleida or Tarragona, from, for example, Barcelona, okay, by train is very good. And
Oh, okay. Okay, terrific. And then I know it varies a lot from city to city and country to country, but what's the latest with the COVID situation in Barcelona? Are things starting to open back up, or is everything still locked down, and are they rolling out the vaccine at all?
yeah, we are in lockdown now. Lockdown only for here we say comarcal. Okay, comarcal means a part of Catalonia. Okay, the comarca is inside Catalonia. Okay, there are the 4 provinces, and the provinces are divided in different comarcas. Okay, comarcas, in a comarca there are different cities and towns. Okay, and now I live outside Barcelona, okay, for example, okay, I live in a comarca. The comarca is different one as Barcelona is, okay,
Okay.
and then it's prohibited for me to go to Barcelona because there are different comarca, right? Okay, there are different places, okay, and then we can stay in our towns, in our cities. We can go to the towns or to the cities next to us, but isn't allowed now to travel around Catalonia or to leave Catalonia. We can't.
Okay. And then what about, is the climate at Barcelona, is it similar to Madrid or very different?
I think that in Madrid is coldest in winter. Madrid is coldest. Is warm in Barcelona during the winters. Okay, is warm. Is when the day is a sunny day. Okay, is warm. It's a very good to walk or to go to swim to the beach. No, okay, maybe from spring. Okay, but in winter the weather is better here because we are a Mediterranean city. Okay, Barcelona is a Mediterranean city, and the weather is better. That is inside Spain. Okay, in Madrid, Zaragoza, the weather is different because we are next to the sea, and then it's warmer.
Okay. Let's see. What about so it was interesting. So I guess we should celebrate the Feast of San Jordi this Friday, and we'll think about you no matter where we are.
We celebrate San Jordi at home this Friday.
Yeah. So on Friday you'll have to remember Jordi and wish him a happy birthday. And then what about not total for everyone, but just you yourself, when you host tourists and show them around, say Barcelona, I mean, I'm sure that people are from all over the place, but are a lot of them from other parts of Spain, or like how many are from the US or other parts of Europe or Asia?
Yeah, before the pandemic, okay, when for example I started a tour, a walking tour for example, Barcelona, the Gothic Quarter, okay, I always ask the people, please tell me where you're from, please tell me where you're from, and the majority people from the US.
Oh, really? Wow.
Really, from the US, Canada, New Zealand, Australia, okay. In the group there were maybe 20 people, 25 people, okay, maybe then 60% from the US.
Wow.
From the US. The rest of them from Canada, from America, Canada or Australia, New Zealand, and small few of them from Europe or Spain.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's awesome. Let's see. And so, as I mentioned earlier, if you joined us late a few weeks ago, and he referenced it, Jordi did a program about Barcelona, and it focused on the historic city center. And so, if you want to find that, you can look it up. It's on our YouTube page. So, and again, the name of our organization is Washington, D.C. History and Culture. I'll send the link out for that as well. But you can be on the lookout for that. Let's see. What about how long, if someone was driving, like how long would it take to get from one end of Catalonia to the other, or from side to side, or top to bottom?
Sorry?
How long would it take to drive from one, right, from the top of Catalonia to the bottom, or from the side to side?
From Barcelona or from the south?
Yeah. Oh yeah, either one. Yeah, either one. Just trying to give people an idea of how the size of it.
Yeah, maybe from Barcelona, if you drive a car, okay, to the top, to the Pyrenees, okay, maybe you need driving a car, maybe 3 hours.
Oh, okay.
3 hours, okay. And to the south, if you're in Barcelona, if you are driving to the south, where there's the end of the river called Ebro, okay, you need to drive for more or less 2 hours, maybe 2 hours and 2 hours, maybe.
Okay. And then I imagine
to Lleida, from Barcelona to Lleida, to the west side, okay, to the Lleida, 2 hours more, okay, more.
Oh, okay. Okay. And then I imagine before COVID, the busiest times for tourists to show up was in like June, July, and August.
Yeah, Barcelona, for example, okay, as I work in Barcelona, okay, I'm talking about Barcelona, okay, always. Barcelona was visited for people, or there were tourists in Barcelona during all the year. Okay, in winter, spring, or fall, and summer, okay. But in Barcelona, okay, for example, spring and autumn, okay, there are more people visiting the city, okay, because
okay.
Because the summer, the people used to go to the beaches, okay, Catalonia, in Catalonia, to the north, to the south, to the beach, and the people stay there, okay. But Catalonia is visited before the pandemic, okay. I hope that will be visited again in the future, okay, when the coronavirus will be over. Of course, I hope soon. And Catalonia is visited for people around the world during all the year. More people in summer, more people in the spring, of course, but during all the year.
Oh, terrific. That's awesome. Okay. Well, listen, we've taken up quite a bit of your time. And so I'm going to make sure everyone does their homework. you won't get your certificate of completion for the program if you don't finish the homework. But no, that was really awesome, Jordi. I hope you can come back and teach us more about Barcelona specifically, or Catalonia in general, because we just really gotten a lot of enjoyment out of these programs. They've been very educational and entertaining, and really nice engaging with you and kind of learning your perspectives. You talk about the history and the art and the architecture and the food and the music and the culture. It's really a multimedia experience.
To show a piece of them.
Oh, let's see. Someone just asked, Marcia asked, for the bread with the tomato, do people also toast it or bake it? Or they just...
you can toast. Yeah, you can toast. Some people, okay, used to put garlic. You know, garlic before.
Oh, yeah, garlic.
Garlic before, okay, before the tomato, okay. I prefer, okay, without garlic, okay. It's better if you toast it. You toast it, okay. Is to put the tomato, okay, so on, okay. It's better. Very good.
What about this dish? Is this hard to make? The paella?
La paella? Which one?
How is this hard to make? The seafood, the paella?
Yeah, is
it hard to make, or is it easy to make?
It's easy. Yeah.
Oh, is it?
It's easy. Yeah, it's easy. Okay, I will show you. Okay, I will show you. I will show you the how to cook a paella.
Yeah, I
okay?
think we should have a cooking class because that looks really fascinating. It looks really good.
And
And whenever I show this picture, either when you did it last time or when I've done it today, everyone got really excited, like, "Oh, I want to learn about that."
yeah, I've taken pictures, okay, about when I was cooking my last paella, okay,
Uh-huh.
weeks ago, okay. I was taking picture of all the process, okay, of the while I was cooking the paella, okay. I will show you. I will show you. I promise.
Okay.
Okay, I will show you how to cook the paella. It's easy. It's okay. You
That's
need
that,
to
that's one of the
practice.
few downsides of doing stuff online is you can't actually eat the food. But if we could somehow figure out how to make it ourselves, it'd be really awesome. Well, again, Jordi, thank you so much for
Thank you very
hosting
much.
us. It's been a really amazing experience. And again, if anyone wants to contact Jordi at some point in time in the future, I put his email down there. Or if you're able to contribute to the work that he does through PayPal, that would be fabulous as well, because again, Jordi is a professional tour guide. This is what he does for a living, show off Barcelona and Catalonia to people. So again, hope to see you at some point in time in the future. So thanks everyone, and especially thanks to Jordi for taking time out to teach us about Spain, Catalonia, and Barcelona. So thank you very much. Thanks everyone.
Thank you very much. Bye bye.
Jordi, I'm gonna leave the session up for a few seconds. I won't be talking, but I'm gonna I'll grab the questions and the comments and I'll send them to you so you can read through. Yeah. Thanks everyone. Take care. Bye.